Good morning. I'd first like to thank you for inviting me to one of the most important platforms of human rights and freedom in the world. My name is Matan Katzman. I'm a reserve infantry officer in the Israeli Defense Forces. I'm here today to speak on behalf of the Israeli soldiers who served with me and the Israeli people we vowed to protect. I'm also here on behalf of Stand With Us, an international nonprofit organization that believes that education is the road to peace. Through Stand With Us, I had the opportunity of sharing my story as an Israeli soldier around the world. We do this because we want to show that behind every Israeli soldier there is a human being that has to go out and defend his country, although he faces the complexities of war. What I know is my truth. It's what I've seen in my own eyes and what I have experienced on the ground. Since 2005, I've been part to almost every single focal point of the conflict in Gaza. As a young soldier in 2005, I participated in the disengagement of the Gaza Strip. I was part of the forces who removed 8,500 Israeli civilians out of their homes, out of Gaza. I was part of a consensus in Israel. I was a part of 75% of Israelis who honestly believed in this bold step for peace. But our hopes shattered. And instead, what we got was Hamas, who took over Gaza, and since 2002 has shot over 15,000 rockets into Israel. I personally participated as a commander and officer in several military operations in Gaza. I participated in Operation Autumn Clouds in 2006, Operation Cast Lead, Operation Pillar of Defense, and Operation Protective Edge. And I share this list with you in order to justify the importance of primary sources. I'm here today to be your primary source, and I respectfully implore you, in order to truly understand the conduct of the Israeli Defense Forces, it is me you should be listening to today. The IDF is a moral army fighting in an immoral neighborhood. In Gaza, our mission was clear. It was to stop the rocket fire that put over 1 million Israeli children in bomb shelters last summer. As Dana said, it was to find and dismantle the Hamas terror tunnels that were leading into Israeli towns. There is one policy in the Israeli army. This policy is clear to every single soldier. It is to go to every length humanly possible to protect the lives of innocent Palestinians. The notion that myself or any other Israeli soldiers behaved in any other way is deception. It is just not true. I'd like to emphasize this once more. There's only one policy in which we soldiers abide by, and I'd like to publicly challenge any Israeli soldier who claims otherwise. When decisions were made and when moral dilemmas were faced, I did not have the luxury and privilege of sitting in this beautiful building. I've seen the destruction of war. War is hell on earth. I lost family and friends. I felt the fear of war. I know how hard it is for both sides. And still, I've seen in my own eyes. Before any shot being fired, we send warning leaflets from the air. We send text messages. We send dummy missiles before real missiles are sent. We broadcast warnings on media outlets. I have a friend that personally was in charge of a field hospital at Erez Crossing that was supposed to take care of Palestinian civilians, which Hamas shot at. We choose to lose our element of surprise. Hamas knows where we're coming from and where, because we inform them. We rather face terrorists that know we are coming and a world prepared for us, so Palestinian civilians remain safe. Our rules of engagement are also very clear. They're very clear to every single soldier. In cases of doubt, don't shoot. If there is doubt, there is no doubt. We don't shoot. During last summer's war, the Israeli army aborted and canceled multiple missions from air and from ground in cases if Palestinian civilians were present, or we even thought they were present. Our policy is so concrete and clear that Hamas is an expert in it. They use it to their advantage. Their policy is also very clear. And I'm sure Don agrees with me on this issue. They place snipers in schools and hospitals. They stock weapons in homes. UN-funded medical clinics are used to booby trap and to harm soldiers. Now, the reality of the type of war I'm describing isn't black or white. It is very gray. It's so gray that civilian areas become battle zones. Neighborhoods like Sajaiya become battlegrounds. And these are not merely sound bites. I'd like to share with you a personal experience of mine from Gaza. On one of my missions, my platoon was assigned to take over a house of an important Hamas leader. It was this residential home. Now, we could have easily bombed this house from the air if we wanted to. We could have shot tank shells at it. But instead, we decided to enter by foot, danger ourselves, and make sure no one's inside. And that's what we did. We entered the house, we searched it for people, we made sure no one was there, and then we started searching the house for weapons. And in one of the bedrooms, we entered a parent's bedroom. Just imagine your own parent's bedroom. I clearly remember this. There was a bed, there was a cupboard, there was a closet, there was a white baby crib on the other side of the bed. But the cupboard was locked, so it seemed very suspicious to me. So we broke it open, and what we found inside were AK-47 rifles, rocket-propelled grenades, hand grenades, army vests, two-way radios, handguns. In the backyard, there were 2 rocket launchers aimed towards Israel. In the corner of the house, in the corner of the backyard, there was a hut, which we quickly identified as a Hamas rocket factory. Inside, there were metal tubes, explosives devices, fertilizers to create explosives, manuals in Arabic to explain how to create rockets. I actually have here all the pictures to support my story, because we work transparently and we want to show this to the world. When a home becomes a rocket factory, it should be called for what it is. It's a rocket factory. And when a home becomes a command center, it should be called for what it is. It's a command center. To allow it to be called anything different is giving Hamas legitimacy. No home should be used for making rockets. No neighborhoods should be used as battlegrounds. No innocent civilians should be used as human shields. If we allow Hamas and their indefensible tactics to define the way Western armies must now conduct their actions in an unrealistic manner, we will give terrorism a prize I believe it doesn't deserve. Now, you don't judge democracies based on perfections, rather on how they deal with their imperfections. Were there cases of imperfections within the Israeli Defense Forces? Yes. Do bad apples exist? They do. But these people are investigated, they are arrested, they are tried, and they're punished if guilty. There is accountability. More so, Israeli society rejects these people. They completely reject them. They are a tiny fraction of Israeli soldiers and do not represent Israeli soldiers or policies in any way whatsoever. If I were personally to experience any such behavior, I would be the first person to bring these people to justice. I would not want immoral soldiers with me. And I would not go and hide behind an NGO politically motivated and funded. To conclude, I would like to say this. We prepare for the harsh reality we live with. It's a reality where almost every summer now, husbands leave their wives 3 months after we got married. But we accept our destiny. We soldiers accept the destiny which included the loss of 67 soldiers and got over 1,500 soldiers wounded. We accept it because this is the price we are willing to pay for our policy, a policy that puts the lives of Palestinian civilians before our own. Thank you.
Muchas gracias, señor Katzman.